So I'm basically going to be combing around the sides of the cake using my comb scraper. Ensure to make the sides of your cake smooth as seen. So all you're going to do is, the trick to combing your cake neatly is to know that you have to go around the sides repeatedly, making sure not to press on the sides of the cake too much so you don't pull out your cream. So I haven't found this to be perfect enough, so you just keep going. By the time you see that it's getting neat enough to your satisfaction, you just reduce the intensity of your grip on your comb, and then always make sure to have a front part. As you're seeing me, I marked mine already, so I know that all my emphasis or all my flaws, if there's any, would not be anywhere near the front part or the sides. So I must make sure that I start combing from the back, and I must end up at the back as well. So this is roughly what a good combing technique is supposed to look like. I'm going to run it one more time. Okay, I think I got the perfect one now. So this is basically what it looks like now. So all I need to do is just to get a kitchen towel to clean the border to make sure that it is neat, or in the alternative, I can just try and use my spatula as seen here. First off, let me take this away because I'm done. See what it looks like. So I just take that away, and then trying, because I don't have my towel in handy, I'm just going to be cleaning off. So for every time I use my spatula, I wipe it off to make sure I don't return the excess back to the cake board. I'm going to have to get my towel, and because I can't even go ahead without it. So, well, the emphasis I'm laying on this particular live video is to show you how I comb my cake sides in minutes, in barely a minute. As you could see, it didn't take long. So next up is, I'm going to be combing on the surface, on the edges rather, to get my sharp edges. This is the technique I use every time to get my sharp edges. Always make sure that you use this kind of spatula. I don't use my offset, I use this one because I prefer to work with this. So you always start at the back, always. So I clean it out in a sequence. So it goes like this. So once I'm done, I need to wipe. So when I wipe off, it's clean again, and then I go right at where I stopped. So I don't just go wiggy waggy in any pattern. It goes like you're drawing a circle. So you have to just keep going around so you get back to the back again. All right. Make sure your strokes is firm enough, but not too firm to deflate the edges again, or not too firm to pull out the cream around the edges. So as you see, a little grip. You see what I'm doing. And of course, don't ever forget that for you to get your super sharp edges, something similar to this, the number one trick is to getting your whipped cream very stable. You cannot achieve sharp edges without a stable whipped cream, with soupy whipped cream, because you're just going to end up having these collapsing edges. And really, sometimes you like to make cakes that are so clean without so many details going on, and if you're not able to achieve that, this is what it is. So this is how I achieve. So I just go one more time. If I see that it's not leveled enough, see, for every time I take out something, I like to have my surface, the top surface of my cake, smooth and leveled out. Something similar to what we have here. So I'm taking this out now. I'm going to have to take a moment to get my towel, my kitchen tissue, to clean out the border before I go ahead with designing. I'm going to freestyle. I don't even have an idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm going to come up with something. So here I'm back. Make sure your grip is firm on the tissue. so that you don't have to do this too many times or for so long, make sure you move to the closest way, the closest way possible to the border of your cake, so that you're cleaning what you have to clean without poking the bottom side. See what I'm doing? So see, this is what it's supposed to look like. Really, cake decorating for me is therapeutic because I always take my time. I'm sure you can tell from this video, I don't like to rush, because I always, beyond the design that goes on it, I always like a cake that, even without it having drips or paper fans or balls, perhaps the client's request for a cake that is actually just covered neatly and bare, I'm very certain I'll be able to come through with that. Sharp edges and probably a few balls of flour, or even nothing. Like I've had clients in the past that once told me that he didn't even want a topper, no message, just a nicely covered cake. So at that time, that's when all of this kind of tips and tricks come in handy. I mean, because it makes your work really beautiful. So yeah, it may seem like it's taking some time, but the beauty in the result is always worth it for me. I always decorate my cakes without the mindset that I'm going to pipe on the border. I'm going to use drips to cover the edges, because most of the time when I'm even working on a cake, I don't even know what I'm going to do on the cake until I get to every point of decoration. Well, except if the client picks a repeated design that I'm going to have to copy. But if I'm not copying, I will just think of whatever comes to mind. Believe me, it will be nice. So yeah, this is a green cake now. I'm thinking logically what I can use. And of course, my Delft sponge is the only thing that comes to mind now. This is edible gold diluted with edible spirit. This is the manual pump. I also have the other type, but this is the one that I think will do the trick for me today. So I think what I'm going to do is just to give it some pumps here and there. Where's the front again? Sorry, I want to mark it. It's here. I only clean this off when I'm done, so I don't lose guard. So anything I do, I start at the back, just in case it's not fine. So here, I'm trying to pump it to test it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so okay, so thank you for